Hello, good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. We had a good one here. My name's Lisa. This is my page, Junque to Joyful. So hopefully the next hour that I am with you, I can inspire you guys to do a fun little fall craft. Maybe you get some of the things laying around your home, and if not, use a little, this might inspire you to use what you got to create your own version at your house. So when you get in, come on in, say hi, let me know that you're here, and we are gonna get started. So if you read my little intro, we are gonna be doing a book stack today. Good morning, Mom. I'm a little tired today, I'm not gonna lie, but we will get this done, and then I had to go finish cleaning up the garden because I don't know what the week looks like the rest of the week. And the sun is out, and my trash bin for yard clippings is empty, so I got to fill it up for Thursday trash. So when you get here, say hi. Come on in, everybody. Here is the print that I'm going to be using today. I went ahead and ripped off the bottom. You can put these on coasters, you could do a bookmark. There are many things that you could do with these little wooden shelf sitters. So I'm gonna set this off to the side, and you can use those on many different surfaces. I'm sticking with this top here today. I believe I got this on Amazon. Good morning, Sybil. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I cleaned my craft space finally, Saturday, during the event. If you guys were around for the event on Saturday, I put it on my iPad and I was cleaning because I know I've been saying that my craft space is a little overbearing right now, as every crafter is, right? So I went ahead and cleaned that up, and I found this, lo and behold. I got it for this season and I forgot where I had placed it. So I found it, and we are going to use it. And we are going to use books today. I know, this might be a little controversial, but just to show you, I'm using books that have already stains on. There's something wrong with the books. And I got them at the thrift store, and we're going to stack 4 of them together. So I got 1 left that I'm going to paint with you guys. And I'm just going to use my plaster to get that going. And we are going to take these books who have blemishes on them. Oh, I thought I had a notification. Let me turn that off there. Blemishes, and we're going to make them into a fall decor. So hopefully you guys can hang around, stay with me. Hopefully my volume, you guys know my volume's been not one of my friends lately. So I'm going to move my print off to the side. Let me show you first. I went ahead, I painted the outside on this one. Where I'm gluing them together, I kind of left the book, and I think I did pretty good. I didn't paint where I'm putting the glue, basically. So this one is going to be the other outer. So this is going to be wedged right in the center. And I didn't have them all the same size. Now, what I was going with, I didn't want the spine of the book to go through the eyeball, so I had to pick the thinner book to put where the head was going to go. And we're just going to, instead of decoupaging on the side, we are going to have it to where, I know you've seen other people do this, where it's just on the side of each spine. And then it will just be propped up right there. So hopefully, I haven't done this yet. I haven't done the spines where they all meet up. So hopefully it will all come together. Thank you, Sybil. And I got a little rhinestone for his eye. I figured we'd embellish the pumpkin, put a little highlighting on it, and then wrap it all together with jute. So thank you. Hopefully it works. So we just got the one. Let me move you down so that you can see. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Let me know in the comments what you guys did if you watched the event. That was a little sad that I didn't finish 100% of mine. I got most of it done. Probably of it done. It was the embellishing with the rhinestones and that I had to go back in on the tray and do, but 45 minutes in an event. It goes fast, you guys. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. Thank you guys for being here. And then Sunday was my youngest daughter's confirmation. So she got that done. So proud of her. And my older daughter was her sponsor. So that was a nice to see them there supporting each other in this journey in faith. So that was so wonderful to see. So I think we had 30 candidates for confirmation, which my older one, it was just our church. My older daughter did hers 2 years ago, and I feel like there was probably half the amount, if not maybe a little more this time. So, but we also had other churches combined in with ours last time. This time it was just our church. So, all right, so this is not going to be the end book. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And where it's not painted is where my glue is going to go. So how is it where everyone's at? Are you guys getting some fall weather down in the south? I think, what are we right now? We are 49. I think it was 37 degrees when my kiddos went off to school today. Still no coats. No, it's not cool to have a coat on. So they look at the projected out. They're like, it's going to be 60 by the time we get out of school. I don't need a coat. I'm like, yeah, but you still got to get from the car in. It's cold out. So it's not cool to wear. I'm not even asking for a winter coat. Just another layer on. Visiting in Atlanta. Hotlanta, I bet. Is it still in the 80s? I have not made a pit stop in Atlanta. Well, I guess we did. We did an overnight on our way to Florida, but we didn't see anything. We just grabbed dinner and stayed the night in the hotel and went out bright and early the next morning to finish our journey. But I have not spent a long time in Atlanta. So that is something to do. Do you have, it's 47 right now. So right now, typically, Ruth, we're like 30s overnight. It's chilly. We got the blankets all, we do have our heat turned on, but it's chilly at night. And then it gets up to like 60. Now, Halloween is Thursday, and you know, it's a crapshoot. You don't know what you're going to get come Thursday. Last year was our first snowfall, was during trick-or-treating. We've had rain, sleet, monsoons of cold, where it's almost like at the verge of snow by the time the kids are done trick-or-treating. Everyone's a big old mess when they get home. Their socks are all wet and sloppy and all the things. So, but my kids are 9th and 11th grade. They both went out last year. They've informed me that now they're not. So I said, oh, if you're not going out, then between the two of you, you can hand out all of the candy. I am fine with that. You'll be back this week. Oh, perfect. I don't know if you answered it, but are you visiting family? How exciting. I don't know if that's Georgia. Isn't there a famous restaurant? What's that Southern cook? What's her? Oh, I haven't watched the Food Network in so long. Oh, I don't even know if she's still on. She cooks with a lot of butter. If my mom's on, she will probably know what I'm talking about. But maybe she's in South Carolina. I don't think she's Georgia. My husband's a foodie. He likes to go where he knows he's getting some good food. BC, perfect. All right, I knew you had told me that before, but I my short-term memory. All right, so let's dry this up and then we will get these books put together. I don't know what I'm gonna do on the sides. I pulled out my tissue paper, just tissue paper that you wrap gifts with. I don't know if I wanted to put that on the sides. I don't have it all figured out yet. 80s yesterday. Woo. Yeah, I don't know. Does it feel like fall when it's 80? Because I've never experienced that. I'm like, it would be nice to be without a coat. I am a little envious. Right now we have to leave your house, if you're leaving in the morning, ready for any weather. You got your ice scraper in the car, your umbrella, an extra layer of clothes. But that's how it's always been growing up. You're just coming on, yes, I'm using books, and yes, these books I got at the thrift store, and they had blemishes on them. They are not perfect. And we're just gonna glue them together. I'm wondering if I should decoupage on the spine first or glue them together. That one I don't know. So let's see. Let's grab our books. We're going to use a total of 4 for this image. And I think this is how I had them stacked. And I think being the staggered look is going to make it look more organic, more random per se. So let's line up the bottom. I did want that wider spine on this side because I want to keep his little old cute face all intact. Not so much worried about the tip of his feathers there. I just want to get the beak and the eye all on one book spine, which I got most of the head on one book. Now, because this book, I might have to, that's what I want. Some of these books are fatter. So I want to make sure in the front that they are all the same. So I got to remember that when I glue them together. Let's see. And it should go right around each one. Right there on the side. Just got to move this way just a bit. And I figured I'd wrap twine around the bottom. All right, so let's get, you guys can you tell I'm nervous on this one? I want to make sure. Maybe I'll glue the books together first, and then I can take my paint brush and smush it right down in, and then I can cut it. Then I can cut it after. That's what I'm going to do. We are learning this one together. So I'm just using hot glue. That's why I did not put paint on this section right there so that they can adhere together better. Let's get that in. I need a book press. I'm just going to hold these books together here. All right. So I was working on my calendar last night, which I got out for this morning. So another week where I will be on 4 times this week. So I posted it on my page. So I'm on today at 11. Thank you for being here. And then Wednesday I will be on with Craft Round the Clock. And I'm on at 10:45 a.m. Eastern. I will come on for my usual Friday on my page at 11. And then Saturday, I'm in Nicole's event with Adoria Creations for caroling around. So I'm working on finalizing my project for that, and I will be on Eastern time, 10:30 Eastern. I think it starts at 8:15. I can't remember. I know I'm the 3rd one on. I'm not gonna give any spoilers on who's ahead of me or not, but the lineup is amazing. So you will have another full day of crafting. All right, so if you're just coming on and getting these 4 books all glued together to be one, I will be back this, oh, that's, let me see if I'm missing. Because I have my phone pulled up on the other one. Okay. Sometimes I get different comments. I know you guys have heard me say that before. Different comments on each device. All right. So far we got our 3N. Let's get our last little book. I heard people saying yesterday that they couldn't find books at their Dollar Tree anymore, or at least hard books. I was just there last week, and I think I still saw hard-covered books. So you can get one book for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. I like to get mine at the thrift. You can get 2 books for 99 cents. And I look for beat-up, worn books, and books with blemishes on them. But it is a nice surface to work with. So there is our books all glued together. So now I don't have to worry about, because this book is about 3/4 of an inch longer than the other ones. So I'm gonna have to worry about that swoosh, getting slipped forward, slipped backward, you know. All right, now I'm gonna use decoupage. Got my new decoupage. All right. And then I don't know if I'm going to use, let me know if you guys want to see tissue paper to give it that leathered look on the side. Drop that in the comments. Or if I just leave it as is and add a little more creamy tone to it. Like I said, we're flying by the seat of our pants today. But I knew when I saw this image, if you're just coming on, I saw it on Amazon. I don't know if it's still there, but if you just punch in black crow, rice paper, lots of options come up. Might not be the exact same one. I like to look on Etsy as well. You might even, being the week of Halloween, you might even, I would think, find some sale prices. You can stash it away. Just remember where you put it. Stash it away for next year. All right, so I'm going to do one spine at a time. Got a little black on my brush. Not so worried again about the bottom because we're going to put twine down there, but I want to bring this up enough. Let's show you here that this top is covered. And this spine, I don't know if it was water damaged at some point, but it is very, very wrinkly. Let's see, let's hold that up. Smoothing out the wrinkles as best as I can with my fingers. So do you guys get a lot of trick-or-treaters where you live? We still have a bunch of little kids in our neighborhood. So we usually go through 3 of those big bags of candy to pass out for Halloween. But a lot of little kids. And what I noticed last year, there was a lot of older kids, like high school age. That's why I'm surprised my kids didn't want to go out this year. But I'm okay with that because at least they're here, right? They're walking through the neighborhood, hopefully not causing any mischief where they could be out getting into trouble somewhere else. So I'm fine. I know, Sybil, you don't celebrate. And I know there are a lot of people that don't, and I completely agree and understand. we still have a lot of little ones in here. So first year in our house with no one dressing up. But mine never did. And I get the whole premise behind Halloween on why people don't. But mine never dressed up in any of that gore. It was always like cutesy. But I know. I see a lot of people posting on Instagram this year that they're not. And I completely, that's what you want to do. Awesome. I'm all for it. Let's see. I'm going to go in with my blade and kind of cut. As you can see, I'm kind of going around where that spine is. So I want it to cover around the edge. Let's see. You don't want it to look like one big image. You've seen those pictures where there was like 3 segments on a wall and you put them near each other and it looks like one continuation of the image. That's what I'm going for. So I'm just taking a dry brush and kind of getting right down in there so that when I cut it, it's down there enough. Whoops. Or rip it. Either way will work. Okay. Let's do our last, and I might even get most of this image in here. I thought I was going to cut off more of that tail. My husband's working 10 hours today, or on Halloween. I'm like, that's fine. We needed him home when they were little, right? So now he can work the longer shift so his coworkers that have little kids can be home with their kids on Halloween. It's hard when both parents at the time work in the hospital. You know, my parents came out, I think, 1, if not 2 Halloweens to chip in when me and my husband both had to work. All right. I'm going to go right around where that spine binding ends, and then we'll trim off. How cute is that? So let me get this right down the edge there. We are down to the last few high school swim meets. High school sports are always, I feel like they come in with a bang. And you're going till the very end. So we have our parent night Tuesday night. Also senior night, which that will be us next year. And then on to our fall or year-round club team. So we go right from one right into the other. Crazy. I'm gonna grab a blade. I don't know if I have any sharp blades here. This one, my tip broke off, but I just want to get in there to make a cut. Let me grab, hold please, I know I have a razor blade right near, sorry you guys. Oh, there we go. Whew. Sorry you had to see that. All right, so we're gonna pull these together. I grabbed a better blade. Let me dry that. Hello, Grace. Thank you. It's just painted, glued, and decoupage. I'm gonna dry this decoupage so that I can cut it a little bit better without ripping. Good morning, Lenora. I think I got it on Amazon. Just flat pro decoupage paper. Where is, let me put this up. This was the bottom of it. If you want to screenshot the AB rice paper, AB Studio Store decoupage rice paper number 2267. Lots of options. for this paper. But I wanted to do a fall book stack. But I lost it. If you're coming in late, thank you, Sybil. I put it away in a good place so that I wouldn't forget it. How many people have done that? You put it away so good. There you go. And you forget. All right. There's probably many different ways to do this. This is just how I'm doing it. Let's see. Make sure you have a good sharp knife. And let's go right down this side. I gotta tell you, I burned myself pretty good on, what night was it? Saturday night? Like I said, I was down here cleaning up my workspace, and then you end up, you're crafting because you find something, like, ooh, let me get that done. So I was cleaning up, organizing, crafting, and I was putting banners on a jute rope for my fireplace mantle. And I had a drop of hot glue land right near my fingernail. And I hurried and wiped it off, but you could feel it burning. So I ran upstairs, put my finger in water, and I was putting the girls, making sure that they were going to bed, all the lights were turned off upstairs and whatnot. And I had it running under cold water. And then I remembered, as soon as I pulled it out, it was hot. And then I remembered Debbie Riggs burnt her finger. She was making a wreath, I think, really bad a couple years ago. And she did the mustard, I can't remember what all things that she tried. I'm just trimming off this excess. I want a straight edge here. She went to the ER and he said to put your finger in milk. So I grabbed a little shot glass, put my pinky in the milk. That worked. And then as soon as I pulled it out, I went upstairs, made sure they had everything off upstairs. I had to come back down. I ended up 45 minutes to an hour. I kept my finger dunked in cold milk, and there's just a little red mark, but I don't even know if you could see it on there. Just a little mark, nothing raised, no bruising. But I was like, I'm gonna have to wake my husband up to say I need to go. I need to go to the ER because crafting is dangerous, and I just burned myself. He was already in bed. He would not have been a happy camper with that. So now I'm just putting my decoupage, my Mod Podge right over my print. And then I'm gonna get right down in here where I had cut it because I want it to wrap around. In theory, in my head, this is, yeah, there's a little bit of a gap, but let me see if I can. I think once I set it up, you're not going to see that white gap too much. So I'm just pressing down, making sure I have a little piece that's not cut. But you don't have to do it with this print. You could do anything else. I think that'll look cute. Any print that you got will work perfect. Christmas is coming up. You can do something for year round. When I saw it, this is what I had in mind that I wanted to do. You guys want to see on the sides, do you want me to just put some paint on it, or you want me to do the texture like leather? If you haven't seen that look before, you just decoupage on some tissue paper. Thank you, Lenora. I appreciate it. But now I'm just getting that brush right down in there. to curl because we don't want those edges coming right back up. Oh, my decoupage is running off the edge here. Runaway decoupage. And I will file off the top. I just wanted to get this down so that it didn't go shifting around on me. But when I saw someone do this, it reminded me of those pictures that you put on the wall, in like 3 different segments, but together they make one seam. I think this one's going to cause me some grief there. All right, let's see. Let's dry this up. See what we got. Sorry about that. You know it gets loud. Let me grab my gator. I'm just gonna brush back one direction. Oops. Come on. There we go. And these were pretty much, that one didn't go to the edge, that one went to the edge. All right, so one sheet of paper. Once I tie these together, how cute is that? Likey, likey. All right, I'm gonna do my jute around the bottom. Thank you, Queen Bee's Bits and Bobbles. Just don't know what I'm doing on the sides yet. I have my black rhinestones. I also got off Amazon because I know I want to put one right in his eye, right there, which is why I picked the wider spine for the head. I didn't really care too much about the width. I wasn't worried about it on the other ones. Just want to make sure that this is wrapped around good. All right. I want a leathered look. Let's see. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it. We'll put a little tissue paper in. Let that Mod Podge dry up. This is just gift wrapping tissue. Give it that leathered look. I did plaster on my book covers. Oops. And now I'll do the 2 outer books. These I can do after a live because I need it to be, if I'm doing the end books, I feel like they all need to be done. So just a coat of Mod Podge. I'm gonna line up best as I can my tissue paper. Let's go a little bit over. Because you can always trim off. It doesn't have to be exact. Now this is going to give me that leather feel. And I can do something right down the spine there. Let's see. Trim off that last little bit. Who's cringing with the blade right now? There we go. I have so many of those handle holders for the blades, but they're all like gunked up. I can't open. I always have to have my husband do it. I cannot open them. All right. I will show you the difference from one side to the other. I'm thinking I was going to do cashew and plaster, but now I'm thinking I probably need the sides black. What do you guys think? Because of the crow. I'm thinking I might do it black. Okay. So very quickly, you can take from that side, you can tell it's a painted book. Let's see. And now it's got all of that texture, just like a leather, an old wrinkled leathered book. Make sure that's on there. I want to trim off one more time. Just to get that excess. I probably should have did a water pen before. Whoops. Probably gonna end up cutting myself. Burn myself. Now cut myself. Lordy, lordy. All right. I'll stop fussing with that. This and this I can do after. Let's just get this side. All right. Are we good with black? Give me, oh, let's see, hearts because it's easier for me to see emojis than to read comments. Give me hearts for black on the side of the book, or thumbs up for plaster. And if someone can get a tally, let me know. If not, I'm just gonna do black. Do some more Mod Podge. And then we'll embellish that little pumpkin. I looked through my Totally Dazzled to see if I had any. I think I used all my Halloween. I did not have any in there. All right. So what I'm going to do this time, let's grab let's get a little ripped edge. Just so it's not so, you guys know when you blend things together, try not to have a straight edge. I did it straight edge first on the other side because I thought it would look better against the spine of my front. Good morning, Mona. But I think having it this way will work better. I can always rip off just a little bit more instead of using my razor blade. Practice safe crafting. One more little section. How are you doing, Mona? How is your husband doing? I hope he's moving around better, doing well. I'm just making a little leathered look on the side of these books here. Okay. Get some of those huge wrinkles out. Make sure it's all adhered on. Whatever decoupage medium you like will work. I'm using Mod Podge. I'm not doing Mod Podge over it. I'm just going to paint. And then I'll seal the whole thing. Use your gator, take off your excess. So another book stack. I kind of got in the decorate with books since the Friday book bundle craft with Craft Round the Clock. That was a fun one if you missed that one. It might not be in the featured section anymore, but you can scroll through. So now I'm just going to paint the sides. I will do these after because I don't want to keep you guys too long today. And I'm just going to use a black chalk paint to bring out the black on my crow. Love how the wrinkled tissue gives it the leather look. Thank you. And when you paint it solid black, you can always come back. You could even do it with the cream, but with this black, I'm going to put rub and buff on my finger and just highlight, or you could do a dry brush. Highlight the wrinkles. Not everywhere. You can go randomly right around the edges. There's really anything goes. But I like the appearance that it gives. So now we're going to use our black. Come on in. I glued, if you came on, I just used hot glue to glue these books together, but where I put hot glue, I just kind of painted, I'll show you with the black here. I just went right around the edges, obviously except the end books. I gave a base coat on the entire thing, but the books in the middle, I kept this portion unpainted, just so when I used my glue, it would adhere better than on a painted surface. So most likely my last Halloween project, because Halloween's Thursday, and then Christmas crafting, I should say. I don't decorate Christmas until after Thanksgiving. Give each holiday their due diligence. So let's say this was the side of the book, unpainted. I came in with my white originally, just kind of like that, put all my glue where the white is, and then adhered the books together. If you missed that part, and now, I think this would look, if you had a lot of brown in your image, you could even do a brown, I think would look good. Like a brown leather book. Let's see, you can kind of see all of those wrinkles in there. You can do that with anything. Just grab Mod Podge and wrinkled up tissue paper. Give you that same appearance. And then I will go in, most likely off my live, and wrap the paint around the edges, making sure I don't get it on the edge of the paper. You don't want it on the edge of your pages. But it will be, you guys know, it will be done all the way around. But I want to work on the embellishments with you guys so that you're not sitting here watching paint dry. This dizzy Saturday. Oh, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Make sure he's eating and hydrate. Better today, not much pain, that's good. I need to get back my finger. I just got back from my finger surgery. You had finger surgery? Oh my goodness. Well, you guys are recovering together. Hopefully you have someone that is nearby that can help you out. Bring you meals and all that. All right. I like the black on there, you guys. I'm liking the black. All right. I don't want to lay the freshly painted all the way down yet, so I'm just propping it up on my hand here. get this side. This paper came from Amazon. I'm quite positive it was Amazon. I did, in the summer, a bunch of prints for Halloween, and I was looking through Etsy and Amazon, but I think this company, the AB Studios decoupage paper, is on Amazon. Sending healing prayers, Mona, for everyone. Good morning, Kathleen. Sprinkles for sweet Lisa. Oh, thank you. You are so sweet. You know how to make someone's day. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for starting your week out with me. Your Monday. I hope your weekend was good, and I wish everyone a wonderful week ahead. You just got more of the crazies, just another week around here. Same old, same old. School, sports, all the things. That's all right, because I'm told at some point it gets very quiet at home when all of the crazy is done. That I'm not looking forward to. Not at all. They tell you when they're little that time goes by fast, but when you're in the midst of all the toddler, infant years, the years seem so long and isolating, I felt. But now once they get a little bit more independence, I'm like, slow down. The years, they're just whipping by. Like, I feel like October just started a few days ago. Crazy. All right. Let's see. Oh, that's my, let me get a little bit more decoupage on that. I'm like, why is that pulling up? That's my white tissue paper. It must not have put my decoupage all the way to the end. Let's get that secured down. There we go. Just hold, please. So I will get these sides done on these top books. Alright, I'm going to wrap these in twine. I think I want to do my pumpkins first. Alright, I don't know if, let me try my distressed oxide. And I'm doing walnut. I just grabbed a super thin, tiny brush. Let's see if I can do this upside down. And I just want to hit where the ridges are, just to give some highlight. Not so worried about the bottom, because my twine, I'm going to fit down there. But I just want to show the lines. I probably should have done this before the Mod Podge. And then waited probably 24 hours for that ink to cure. But if this don't work, you can always grab some paint. I just want a little subtle. I don't want anything too harsh. I think this is working. You can kind of see those ridges. I feel like if I went with paint, it was going to be, you could tell the harsh line of that paint. I think this will work. We're experimenting. It definitely would have been easier directly on the paper. Let's see. It's kind of like, let's see. Can't lean it back too far. There we go. Because my books are different depths, and they're already glued. So we're just coming in, a little highlight. This is just that Ranger ink. All right. I might come back, we'll see. But you can see the ridges a little bit better now. A little bit, not as much as I wanted. We can play around with that. All right, I'm just gonna use good old twine. I grabbed a thick twine. And let's see, I'm doing the bottom. That's why I didn't do my rub and buff yet on the books, because I don't need to put it where my twine is. See how far we're gonna go around here. I haven't glued it yet. All right. I do want to put the knot in the back. Pull it kind of tight. Wrap it around. So what is this? 3, 4? So this will help keep it together just in case if that glue does not hold. Because you know, and maybe it's sitting somewhere where sun's beating in. You know that hot glue does not stay together if there's heat shining in on it. All right, I'm going to put the tie right on the side. So you can still see the pumpkin, you can still see some leaves. There we go. Now I'm just going to cut that, tie it. Rub and buff to show my leathered look. Hello, Barbara. How are you doing today? Just doing it. I had another book bundle idea in my head. I had to get that done today. All right, so it's just tied a knot right there on the side. I did the tissue paper on the sides. Let's get my rhinestone. I just got these off Amazon as well. The different size options. I'm gonna go probably this side. Just want a little sparkle in his eye. And then I've got some stickles that we'll put on there. So now you can see why I wanted that wider spine. Because I did not want that rhinestone to be too close to the edge there. Let's see. Show you here in just 1 minute. I got these probably last summer. I got a champagne color, a red, and I have my silver from Totally Dazzled. But I wanted a couple other colors. This is the first time that I got to use it. But how cute. Rhinestone right in his eye. Love. All right. Now, I always have a hard time putting these little pins right back in. I've got stickles. I want to do the stickles last because Stickles is just glittery glue. I'm wondering where I want to put it. Maybe on his feathers, just kind of randomly. Do you think it even needs stickles? I don't know. Let me know. Put in the comments. We're just embellishing right now. Hello, Nancy. How are you? Good morning. Happy Monday. All right. So here's our leather, faux leather. You've got our rub and buff. Put some on my finger. I'm going to wipe off most. And I'm just going to kind of hit where, I think I wiped off too much, where some of those wrinkles are. Just to highlight, in case you can't see. I think it shows up right there, up there at the top. I don't want it too, just want subtle. Too much in your face. If I had those corners, I gotta look for that. I think corners would look good on this. What do you think? Ooh, that's a little much. Oopsies. Now, I'm probably just gonna have to now go with that. If I had sealed it, I could have came in with some, let's try that. Let me see if I come in with some wax, if it'll take that off. Let's see. Hold, please. Let me grab my, oh, there it is. I don't know, since I didn't seal that yet, if it will take that off. But usually your clear, it's just that bare clear wax, will act as an eraser. Let's see. Or it just spreads it around. Now, if I had sealed it, it would have came right up. But now that paper, as you can imagine, just absorbs. All right, so that didn't work. So you know what we're just gonna do? Just go back to your black paint. There's always options. Just be careful when you come back with your rub and buff. But that was definitely too dark for my liking on the rub and buff. There you go. Just a little detour. Thank you, everybody. I just got 4 books at the thrift store. They had embellishments already. I showed at the beginning. Some had water stain on it. And we're just given a new life to these books. All right, let's do a little bit more light, a little easy on the pressure. Don't do too much. You guys, I need to just leave it. Leave it be. Who's laughing? I'm not laughing. We're just gonna leave. We're just gonna leave that a bit there. You're liking it. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's get the other side. I'm a little scared. A little scared. All right, let's go a little light-handed. too much. But I do want to know, who is laughing? It's all right. I guess there's different distressing on aged books, right? It's all good. Do you guys think I need rhinestones down the side here to cover that up? Let me know what you guys think. If I put a little bling down. I wonder what else I could put. I don't think I have. I don't have black twine. I have black rhinestones. Let me just see if this would be too much or not. I'll use the gold. My black is put away. This is right here. Bling sometimes works. We didn't really have a set stone detailed project other than I knew I wanted a book stack. I knew I wanted decoupage paper on the spine. I knew I wanted to wrap them together with my jute. Come on, cut there. And then we've just been winging it. What do you think down this side? What do you think? Yay or nay? Think too much? And I can go all the way down. Or leave it undone. I almost feel like it finishes it off. What do you guys think? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. I almost feel like it finishes it. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. All the embellishments bring out the detail, right? Sorry. Oh, I'm gonna break my glue today. All right, let's just do, I'm gonna use my, what is this? 3-in-1? Go right up to that. I know I need a longer one, so I will butt in. See if I can fish her under. Let's see. I know. I should have did this before my jute. Who's saying that? I can hear ya. I can hear ya. Thank you, Barbara. All right, there we go. Definitely put this on before you do your jute. Makes it easier. Don't do as I do. That's what we tell our kids when you tell them something and they're like, but that's not what you did. And they go, don't do as I do. Do as I'm telling you. When you have your kids, you do it the way you want, right? I used to hate, my mom's on here, I used to hate when they'd say, because I told you so. But you know what? I find myself saying that exact same phrase. All right. I think the rhinestones. I might still play around with what I might end up doing, to be honest. I might go back in, repaint with my black, seal it, and then add my rub and buff. I think I put a little little bit of the cart before the horse there. I think is what I'm going to do. In all honesty, if we're being honest here. Oh, Tell Madison, congratulations. Thank you, Nancy. It was a beautiful confirmation. Bishop Fisher, I believe he did Caitlin's 2 years ago. Always does a good mass, especially for confirmation. So she's now all excited. She wants to, I don't know what her plans are, but she's talked with Father Joe. She wants to work in the church and do something. What that entails, I don't know. So we will see. She's my little go-getter. She's like, I want to get me a job. Like, there you go, girl. Big sis, she works in the summer. Her hours with her swim, those of you guys that know, she's probably in the pool more than she's home with us after school. Doesn't allow much time once she's out of the pool. She's just studying. So in the summertime, she teaches swim lessons and hopefully lifeguard this coming summer. Oh, geez. Again, do this before you put your twine in. I'm gonna just, I didn't glue it, so I'm just gonna undo this. I heard you guys telling me through the screen, just undo it, Lisa. Just undo it. Do things right. You try and cut corners, it don't look too good when you cut the corners, right? Do things right. Do it right and do it once. Let me cut that last one off. That's going to be hanging. I'll be fine with that one. All right. Let's wrap these together. You're coming in late. I wrapped them just in case that hot glue, this sits somewhere where it gets sunshine, direct heat, because the books have hot glue between them. And you don't want your books coming apart. And just pull in tightly. You can go around one more time. And I put my decoupage, glued my books together, put my decoupage on, and then went in with a blade and separated between each book so that these books look like those paintings where you put 3 paintings together on a wall, but they look like one image. It's usually like a landscape image. Let's see. That was my inspiration for this. Let's do enough. Trim that off. All right. I'm gonna either do these black or another color. The 2 middle books. All right. I want to highlight just some of the feathers. Now that I've got the bling going down the sides, I feel like I have to have that bling make sense. Hello, Holly. Thank you for being here. I just add, this is just a stickle, is just a glittery glue. So whenever you use this, you want to make sure it's your last thing that you use. We're just going to put that right around. Let's see. just some highlight and just running around the edges of those feathers, putting some definition in there. You got the bling in the eye. And then this just kind of shows where those feathers lie. And this usually takes, when I use it, about 24 hours to dry. But now this will bring out my bling down the side of the spine and just ties it all together. And then the bling on the side. I'm going to work on the sides of my books, but that's pretty much what I got going on. I don't think I'm going to put any down here. And I just used my walnut on a paintbrush just to kind of give definition on that pumpkin. But how cute would that be sitting on a shelf, a coffee table, on a table in your foyer? I think it'll look cute. But I will probably, maybe I'll do brown or something to highlight the orange pumpkin. I'll just grab some burnt umber and do those books. But this is our project today. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I appreciate it. I kept you here over an hour, but I will post a picture when I'm done, show you guys the finished look, but that's all I got going on today. So I will be on Wednesday, I think I'm 10:45 with Craft Around the Clock. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And hopefully this has inspired you to get creative with some things that you may have lying around your home. And I will see you guys this week. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.